Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm actually going to be slowing it down and showing you the sponge technique for blending eyeshadow. Let me get a mirror in front of me. So you saw it, I did it a couple of years ago, but you saw it in the recent video, and it's basically how to blend an eyeshadow with a sponge. There are two ways of blending. There is blending into a color and there is blending onto a skin color. So you're blending something, whatever color it is, into the skin, and that tends to be the most difficult. The reason it's easier with bronzers and blushes is because there's a much larger area to deal with, whereas with regards to the eye, you've got the eye shape to deal with, and also skin movement, and also hooded eyes, and a smaller area to deal with. Unless you're a beauty vlogger, then you tend to got massive eyes and beautiful spaces. Okay, so I'm just going to I'm just going to use a random brush, not even one of mine. Shocking, I know. And we're just going to pick a brown, and we're just going to go into the crease in just like this random half moon. So when I look straight ahead, the color is just sort of popping up from my lid, but we need to go a bit higher in order to make this visible on camera so you can see what I'm doing. So that's way high enough. Okay, I'm also going to just drag it out. Now, don't panic. You already know it's gonna look fine. So with this look, we're extending it to the end of the brow, which is what I'm very big on. And I've got such an itchy nose. I'm also going to go underneath the eye, and I'm just going to connect it on this outside corner, just so that there's a bit of balance there. And again, you can see that I'm not being particularly precise. Now, when it comes to, everything is itching today. When it comes to blending, you're going to need a sponge. So here it is, my dirty sponge, but it's mine and it's fine. This needs to be dry. If it's wet, you're going to remove too much. You also need to use a concealer or a cream foundation that's your skin color. Very important. Don't use a liquid. It's too wet, it won't work the same. I'm going to use this one by Laura Mercier, Secret Camouflage. This is my one. And I'm going to dip it into both shades. And when I'm knocking this off, so I'm just going to go like this. And then when I knock it off, knocking it off on the back of my hand, and there's virtually no product coming off. That's what you want. So all we're going to do is take the end of the sponge and we're going to pull up. And you want to use light pressure, and you want to start in one area to see what's happening before you move on. And you're pushing the color up into the brow bone. Because what I like is when the eyeshadow color bleeds up into the brow into nothing. That's how I tend to favor it. So you're just knocking the color and blending it up. And the reason this works so well is because you're blending your skin color into the eyeshadow. So that's what makes it so easy, because blending can be quite difficult. When it comes to underneath the eye, you can clean up the edge right here really nicely. And all this mirror is in a very awkward position. So clean up the outside edge and then decide how much more, if at all, you want to blend. So what I'm going to do is just put a bit of mascara on so we can kind of get a vision of it first, and then we'll see what else we can tweak. So apart from getting mascara on my eyelid, which I cannot not do, I mean, whenever I'm doing it on myself, it happens all the time. I'm quite happy with that. That's a very simple, pretty soft, everyday popping out. There's some definition here in the crease of the eye. It's perfect. But you can go a bit further. We can start to add a bit more color if we want. So I'm just going to let this little bit of mascara dry, deal with that little bit of skank that's on my eyelid, and then we'll move on. Okay, so we're going to go back in with the same color, and this time we're just going to add it right here, since this tends to be the most irritating part of somebody's eye, the dreaded outside corner. So we're just going to add the bulk of the color here. Now, you want to kind of be aware that this technique's really for blending up and out, not so much blending shadows that are on the lid. So I'm actually just going to start to move some of this deeper colour just onto the lid to soften this outside corner. Right, get those lashes back up. Morning. Okay, same technique, just dipping a tiny bit into here, making sure that there's virtually nothing on. And now we're just going to start to blend and soften this outside edge to make it a bit more smoky and dramatic. And again, clean up the outside edge. And what I like to do, the clean end, take a little bit into the cream foundation and just smooth down this outside edge. So we've made it a little bit more dramatic there, a little bit more smoky. And again, it's bleeding out here. It's going from the deepest color and then bleeding out into nothing. Now you could, if you wanted, add a tiny touch of a shimmer if you really want to the brow bone. Absolutely fine. Totally up to you. Now I think what we'll do is we'll add a little bit more deeper color. We're just going to keep going with the deepness on the outside corner and then we'll finish off. So I'm just going to pick another palette, Charlotte Tilbury one here, and I'm going to take the sort of reddy brown color here. Just going to knock off any excess. Going to go right back in here. And then this time I'm going to spread it right the way over the eyelid. See this, I think that we try so hard to get everything perfect and beautiful and just Instagram-like. But in real life, I think there's something incredibly wonderful about the slapdash approach that, you know, it's not Photoshop ready, but it is totally amazing to go out with. You're going to look flawless and beautiful, but you're not going to look unrealistic. This is, you know, it's real makeup. Okay, underneath the eye, connecting it at the outside corner. We'll blend everything, and I think we'll add a little bit of black to the outside corner, right here. And knock off the rest. Right at the outside corner of the eye. Just drag that along the outside corner. Okay, messy. Okay, so let's deal with it. So I'm going to go underneath the eye first this time, because I've made it quite heavy underneath the eye. So we're just going to deal with cleaning up that bit first. Now I'm going to start with the upper part of the eye. Right here. Soften. I'll show you something else in a second actually as well, which can help with things. Blend that outside edge. And don't be afraid to come out further than you think, because you can clean it up. Okay. Lovely. Just going to add a little bit more mascara. This is a very good mascara. It's a very good one. Lash Freak by Urban Decay. Very good. See, it's very easy when you know how. And that's the thing to bear in mind here, that some things do take practice, and this is one of those techniques. Now the other thing to mention, some people will like and some people won't like. I'm from the 90s in terms of, that was when I was a teenager. So I was around for the original supermodels, and right here at this outside corner, there was oftentimes when the eyes connect, there would be this hard edge here. Now some people like that, I like that, some people don't. You can blend it out if you want. I think a really strong connection right here. I really like it on most eye shapes. I just really like it. But you see that it's very easy to do this, that you're able to blend something into the skin tone by using a shade of concealer that suits your skin. So you're erasing and blending at the same time. And it just takes out the fear and the guesswork of eyeshadow work, because some people are very naturally talented and find things very easy, and other people do not. I'm one of those people, have to find techniques that work so that I'm able to adapt it for my skill set. And then I'm able to share it with you here on YouTube. So there you go. That is how you blend with a sponge, with eyeshadow. Marvelous, wonderful. Thank you very much. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye. Actually, let's just pop right here some shimmer. You know, why not? There's lid space here. We can change the way this looks, see? Just adds a bit of brightness, or we could try a totally different color. I mean, this is mine, right? No one's going to use this because it's so old. But, I mean, let's just pop this on. See, we'll make it different. That's the good thing. Any available lid space you have, you can play with. And you can just change things up, add a bit of difference and a bit of sparkle, whatever. All right, I'm going now. Bye-bye.